Rob, if you can go up to the Musk and Tucker interview and pull up the clip where he's like, look, I think I'm going to get, pull up any one of them. Pull up any one of them. Go ahead, play this one here. By the way, this reminds me of the old Apple commercial. I don't know if you guys remember that. Yeah. Go ahead.
He loses, man. What?
You're
fucked, dude.
I'm fucked. If he loses, I'm fucked.
It does seem that way. You can't just be like, yo,
Yeah, I'm like, how long do you think my prison sentence is going to be? Do you think? Will I see my children? I don't know.
Because it's not like you can say, well, yeah, I maxed out to him, but, you know, I have
no plausible deniability. No, and I've been trashing Kamala nonstop.
Oh, I know.
Well, the Kamala puppet, I call her, you know. The machine that the Kamala puppet represents.
Yeah, she's irrelevant. I mean, she's not even.
No. I made a joke which I realized I deleted, which is like nobody's even bothering to try to kill Kamala because it's pointless. What do you achieve? Nothing.
No, it's totally
just find
right.
another puppet.
Exactly. That's a
great point. Just get another puppet.
It's no point in killing.
It's deep and true, though.
Nobody's trying to kill Joe Biden. It would be pointless.
There's this lady that just keeps coming in here.
You actually put that up?
Yeah. Now, some people interpreted it as though I was calling for people to
of course.
Assassinate her, but I was like, no, even. I was like, doesn't it seem strange that no one's even bothered to try?
It's not worth it.
I mean,
there's an endless supply.
Yeah, like nobody would. It's absurd.
It could be anybody.
You can pause it. By the way, the fact that they released this, they're comfortable releasing this.
Yeah.
This is not accidental being released. And then play the other clip with why they don't want him.
Will that ever come out, do you think?
You know, I think part of why Kamala's getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Wow.
Yes.
Huh.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fast answer.
And Gates.
LinkedIn and Gates.
Yeah.
And I only ask that because you just look at them and you're like, that's a nervous person right there. I don't know. I mean, I assume you know them. Yeah.
Yes. Reid Hoffman was my vice president of business development at PayPal.
Yeah, PayPal.
Yeah. What kind of a laugh is that?
Yeah, I know.
Like, I know what you did kind of a laugh. I know what you did last summer.
Does he seem nervous to you?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's terrified of a Trump victory.
Because of the disclosure that would follow?
I think, yeah, I mean, I think he's certainly ideologically not aligned with Trump anyway, but I think he is concerned about the Epstein situation.
Wow. That's I think, okay, let's be honest. I saw the entire interview. They touched everything from, the border to they hit so many issues. This is dead serious, Pat. And this guy, he's not joking around. Everything was kind of fun and playful until this moment. And I think that Trump is such a threat because besides the redemption and putting everybody out, think about all the people that don't want him in, Pat. The Department of Justice, all the deep state people that are in there, everybody in the FBI, how many 51 former Intel agents that did the Hunter Biden laptop. He's coming for all these people. I think one of the main ones, the Epstein client list. And let's not forget what Melinda Gates, because he mentioned Gates at the end, Pat. Melinda Gates said one of the main reasons she left her husband, Bill Gates, is because his relationship with Epstein after he was a convicted pedophile. She said he was abhorrent. She said she felt he was evil personified, and she met him one time, and she felt evil from him. And these guys are best friends, and I think it's one of the main reasons that they're fearing this guy, and he's absolutely right. And he said it. It's because of that. And God knows what he knows with all the Twitter files that he has, all the direct messages from all these people.
Well, you know what's interesting, and it's gonna seem like so obvious at this point, but about, I don't know, 6 to 9 months ago, PBD made a prediction. And it's becoming abundantly clear. Pat said, and this was, from now, you're gonna be like, of course I see it now. But he said, watch Trump, Tucker, and Elon come together.
I remember that.
And sort of form this uniformity
Alliance.
Transformers. But the
I
reason
said this
he
a year and a half ago.
Okay, so was it that long ago?
Yeah.
But the reason you made that prediction at that time is because it was almost a
I
little
said it a month
far-fetched.
after he got fired from Fox, which would have been what, May of 2023.
Okay, gotcha.
Over a year.
So it felt like yesterday, Pat. But at the time, it was like, whoa, why would this happen? What's going on here? But the reality is this. Because of this administration, because of the DEI, ESG, woke mind virus, LGBTQIA, he, him, they, them, all that, you have people like Elon Musk, Joe Rogan, just going with common sense, being like, yeah, I was not a Trump guy, clearly. But at this point, I am, what do you call himself? Dark MAGA? Like he's all in on MAGA. He was at the Butler
the rally.
At the rally on stage, jumping around. And, you know, we're starting to see some of the reasons why. But do you remember when, like, this had been 2020, 2021, Biden did the sort of the EV council, didn't invite Elon Musk. Weird, okay. All of a sudden, he moves out of California, taxes regulation. Obviously, he's got a bone to pick with Kamala and Gavin Newsom. We know that. But then the straw that broke the camel's back with Elon was that one of his kids transitioned, and he basically said on, I think, the conversation with Jordan Peterson, my mission in life is to go after the woke mind virus. And then on top of that, the coup de grace is the Twitter free speech thing. Elon Musk has gone from basically, I would say, a liberal, you know, center-left Democrat to a full-on MAGA in 4 short years. Not because of Trump, but because of the Biden-Harris administration.
And and I think, listen, Elon is not only one of the most successful, he's one of the smartest dudes out there. He warned in this interview, Pat, that if Kamala Harris wins, it's over. It's over because of the 700% influx of illegals in all these swing states and all these battleground states. He put up a chart. He put it on X. He posted it. It was the scariest thing, and he's telling them, he's like, this is why it's so pivotal. This election matters more than any of them, because if they win, it's a wrap.
I was just going to ask you guys that.
Yeah, because Adam, think about it. These people that are here, those 20 million, I think it's more, their kids are going to have kids, and it's going to keep going, and they're having kids. They're all going to vote Democrat, and it's a wrap. That's why, and I hate when people go, well, every election is important. It's not like this. It's never been like this, with technology being where it's at, and the fact that in California, Gavin Newsom passed, now it's a law. It is illegal to even ask for identification if people are going to vote. He even talked about this here. And Tucker was like, what do you mean? He's like, it's made it. He goes, one of his friends, Elon's friends, went to go vote, and they go, we can't even ask you for your ID.
Well, it's California
vote.
for you.
California is finished.
You bring up a good point. I was going to ask Pat and the guys, you know, every 4 years they say, this is the most important election. This is the most important election. They'll do it in 2024. They'll do it in 28. They'll do it in 32. But is it actually this time around the most important election of our lifetime?
In your are you planning on having kids?
I am, sir.
Yes.
If the answer is you're planning on having kids, and you want to build a family, and you want somebody that your kids have a good future without being groomed, there's no question about it. This is the most important election of our lifetime, in my opinion. I can't think of a more important election in my lifetime than this one. Don't get me wrong. Everybody says it. But one, he was asked the question saying, she was asked the question saying, you were not even on 60 Minutes. You were not even a candidate. Like, how do you all of a sudden become a candidate? You were the way you were chosen was not in a way where you worked hard for it. You didn't go campaign for this. This has never happened in the history of the company. She's not the president. You know, every time they say he's a puppet, he's a puppet, he's a puppet, right? And and you'll sit there, you're like, was Obama a puppet? Maybe to some of the money people, but I think Obama actually also had his own vision of what he wanted to do, okay? Do I think about was President Bush a puppet? Maybe. He was in the shadow of his father, and Dick Cheney had all the influence. You guys saw the movie Vice, and, you know, Dick Cheney was supposed to be the most evil man of all time, and Christian Bale says, hey, thank you so much for allowing me to play the devil. Cool. That's what he said when he won the award. Remember that? Now, you know who's campaigning with the devil's daughter? Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Did you hear what Liz Cheney said yesterday?
Course.
Liz Cheney yesterday, they asked her a question. They said, did you ever think you would campaign with Kamala 4 years ago? No, I never thought I was going to campaign. But when I see the Constitution that's in a threat, right there, it's that one right there. Right there, that one right there. Click on that. Watch this.
The Harris campaign has been hopscotching the country, and with less than a month to go, the pace is picking up. The vice president told us she has lost track of how many states she's visited.
How are you doing?
Go a little bit. Go. Yes, right there.
I have never voted for a Democrat.
Watch this.
But this year, I am proudly casting my vote for Vice President Kamala Harris.
Okay.
That proclamation spurred a chant of approval from the crowd.
4 years ago, if someone had told you that you would be campaigning with Liz Cheney, what would you have said to them?
That'd be great. It's really diplomatic.
Would you ever have thought that you'd be campaigning with Kamala Harris?
I hope that if you had said to me 4 years ago, our Constitution is going to be under threat and it's going to be crucial for the parties to come together and to support Vice President Harris because she'll defend the rule of law, I know I would have said that's exactly what I'll do.
You can pause it right
there.
So,
OPP is in the back.
But here's a question, though. The question, was it really? Yeah,
OPP was.
Yeah, it used to be Mayor Brown's back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. It was OPP.
But it's philosophical conversation right there. Only you have to be 44.
You have to be 44 to know what
46,
OPP is.
Yeah. But no, going back to it, is when you think something like this, and we're supposed to think Dick Cheney was the devil, but not the devil's daughter is supporting her. Okay, cool. Sounds good. So you think about puppets. Was Trump a puppet? He's obviously anti-establishment.
No. Was
Bush a puppet? Was Biden a puppet? Yeah, Biden was a puppet. At the level of Kamala? No. He wasn't at the level of Kamala. Okay? I mean, this is the ultimate of the ultimate of the ultimate of the ultimate. There's been no competition. There's been no primary. You were just given a job. Yep. It's like you got 4 kids, okay? Your oldest son knew you when you had nothing, okay? And he lived with you when you had nothing. Your second son experienced when you started making $250,000. You're an executive now. You're doing okay. You went to nicer restaurants. Your third child saw when you become the CEO of the company, you got some shares and, company went public. Now you're worth $10 million. Your fourth kid is now experiencing with the next exit you had. Now you're worth $100 million. And then you decide to have your fourth kid run the business.
Huh. Yeah. They haven't seen it. They haven't seen anything. They haven't done anything.
And this kid has had no competition with the other 3.
Yeah.
It's not like they all had to go through an interview process, the primary. No. Go run the company.
Yeah.
So when you ask the question, in that sense, this is deeply concerning. And I get what Musk is talking about. By the way, do you see Musk playing games? Musk is laughing. Yeah. You can tell Musk is like, look, man, I'm doing my part. If I do my part, if I don't, I'm going to go to jail. It is what it is. I'm good with it. I'm just enjoying the journey, and I'm going to do my part. The way he's playing is a very different way than on this other side. They're afraid of losing control. Mm-hmm. The right has no control of nothing. Think about it. Yep. For somebody that's in the middle listening to this here, the left controls media. The left controls the DOJ, the CIA. The establishment controls those institutions. Trump does not control any of that. None of that. Tell me who he has on inside on CIA helping him out. Tell me who he has on the FBI side. Tell me who he has on the IRS side. Who? Is that what their game is? Their game isn't control. Their game is leave me alone and let me get to work. But a spin job, man, they're doing a phenomenal job spinning it.
PBD, you bring up such an interesting point here about, all right, do you plan on having kids? You know what's so interesting? The number one thing that's going to determine this election is straight up the gender divide. Men are overwhelmingly going with Trump, and women are overwhelmingly going with Kamala. So if Kamala wins, it's because women are prioritizing abortion and reproductive rights above the economy, immigration, wars, everything. Ladies, that's your choice. But here's the most ironic part. Just this past week or so, who's Trump hanging out with? Who's Kamala hanging out with? Trump's hanging out with Elon Musk. He's hanging out with Tucker Carlson. He's hanging out with Ben Shapiro. Whereas Kamala's hanging out with Taylor Swifts of the world. Call her daddy, the Chelsea handlers. Look at who's endorsing them. Here's the funny part. Between Kamala Harris, Call Her Daddy, Taylor Swift, Chelsea Handler, a total of 0 children. 0 children. You put together Trump, Elon Musk, 11 kids, Trump's 5 kids, Tucker Carlson's got 4 kids, Ben Shapiro, I think, has 4 or 5 kids. That's 25 kids. So you tell me, who's the party of family values? Mm-hmm. Very interesting dynamic here.
Great point. I didn't even realize that. 0.
Yeah,
0 kids.
Yeah. So when,
but I adopted, adults. So
now, when you think about issues like that with family, this could be the most important election of our lifetime. Let me give you guys an update here about election night. So election night, that's coming up November 5th. It's going to be the biggest party in the country, minus the one that Trump and Kamala host together. I have 4 guests that I'm announcing that are now going to be at the election night with us. We're going to have some of the old timers that are coming back. So those guys are going to come back no matter what. They'll be with us while we go live on the podcast from 7 p.m. to 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe even later. It's going to be one of those marathons. And by the way, it's so awesome seeing other people who are business podcasts are now saying, we're going to host a live event as well. No problem. We like to lead people. We're leaders amongst leaders, and it's exciting. But ours will be a kick-ass event that we put together here. Here's who's going to be here with us. You got Brian Callen will be here. You got Sammy Gravano will be here to give his take from a mob's perspective. You got Michael Francis that will be here. You got Dave Smith that will be here and many other names, but I'm going to drop it to you every podcast who else is going to come here. So don't be the person that's waiting till last minute when this thing sells out and then you're saying, but I couldn't get a ticket. By the way, the super VIPs will get a chance to meet all the speakers. Why? Because all the super VIPs will be going there to eat. So watch this video, Rob, put it on 1.25, and then we'll get into all the stories. Here's a new building and where the party will be held at. Go ahead.
I got a big announcement to make. Property I'm on right now. We've been working on buying this property for the last 3 years. It's one of its last kind in America. Why? It's on 11 acres. It's got 2 hangars. It's on an airport. Upgrades of $7 million made here. That's going to be the new headquarters of Valuetainment Media, David Consulting, the podcast, the whole 9. And what we wanted to do, we want to find a way to celebrate this as a new headquarters with inviting you to an event on November 5th, which is election night. A lot of different things people will be talking about, business owners. What's going to happen if it goes this way? What's going to happen if it goes that way? So imagine 2,000 people being here. Let me show you around. Some of you will have a private meeting with me. That's the elite. That's going to be a few of you. Some will get a private tour of the entire office from us. There's a hangar in the back. So you come up here. Imagine there's going to be a couple major tents, 40 feet by 100 feet, where some of the people that are buying general tickets will be there. But over here inside the hangar is where the podcast will be held. This entire thing will be open like it is right now. Inside of it, myself, the PBD podcast crew, some of the super VIPs will be invited to go upstairs in a section that we have that's got a bar, a restaurant, food, kitchen. You're eating, you're watching it from all the way up there while we're doing the podcast down here in the hangar. So imagine in this room, there's 1,000 people, right? While we're going through this whole thing. Conversation, it's going to be from 6 p.m. is when it starts. All the way up to 2 o'clock in the morning. Who knows? Maybe we'll go 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because a lot of things that's going to be going on. And by the way, do you know why we're not cutting this? We're on an airport. These are planes. We have to hear because right here is the airport. And FYI, messy place right there at that stadium right behind us. There's 5 tickets here that you can purchase. Each one's got more things to offer. But even locally, there's general tickets to buy for just $75. Bring your wife, bring your husband, bring your family, bring your friends. There's one caveat after you buy the ticket. When you buy the ticket and you come on November 5th, you have to wear Future Looks Bright gear. I'm talking Future Looks Bright hat, a shirt. Doesn't matter. You're going to have to show I got some kind of Future Looks Bright gear because we want everybody here to spread the message and the energy of optimism around the world, back to their states, wherever you're going to be. So November 5th, click on the link above or below, get registered. And if you're watching this saying, well, Pat, I like to travel private. Can I bring my private jet here? 5 of you guys will be after you buy your ticket. Then you can ask us, and that's only available to the tickets at the highest level possible to bring your jet and park it here. So having said that, get your tickets, and I cannot wait to see you November 5th, 6 p.m. at our new headquarters in Fort Lauderdale. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye, bye-bye.
I dare you to miss it. No, I'm telling you right now. I dare you. I'm telling you to your face. I dare you to miss it. For 4 years, you're going to say, I will never miss it again. Because the next one we do like this is 4 years from now, like the World Cup, which will be in 2028. I dare you to miss it. For those of you guys that are wise and smart enough to know what's going to happen and the crazy stuff that we're going to be covering, you'll be attending. And we can't wait to have you guys there. We cannot wait to spend the entire night with you, your friends, your family together, all night talking about what's going to happen in 2025 and on. So, Rob, put the link below for people to go get registered. If you're listening to this online, go to 5990live.com, go to events, purchase a ticket, and we'll see you there.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.